Imagine waking up, right? You make your morning coffee, you're scrolling your feed, and suddenly you hear your own voice confessing to something terrible.
Oh, God. Yeah, that is a literal nightmare scenario.
Right. Now, imagine that audio being broadcast to millions of fans around the world. It completely destroys your life's work, and the craziest part is you haven't spoken a single word.
It's just chilling.
It really is. The rumors swirl, the teasers dropped, and then, well, the fandom went completely silent. In an instant, the entire K-pop world was turned upside down.
By a single headline.
Exactly. The secret photo Kim Soo-hyun tried to hide. Welcome to Starscope K-Report. Join Eric and Minji as we ride the Hallyu wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates. From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
So today we have a massive mission for this deep dive. We are unpacking the stunning, heavily anticipated return of Korea's highest-paid actor, Kim Soo-hyun. This is after a grueling, 16-month hiatus.
Yeah, a really long time in this industry.
A lifetime. We're going to dig into the alleged secret photos that sparked it all, the deeply tragic background of the controversy, and the $46 million dilemma that is currently paralyzing the streaming giant Disney Plus heiress.
Later, we've got a surprising, completely silent update on another controversial star, Yoo Ah-in.
Yes.
But the overarching theme here, I think, is really about illusion versus reality in the Hallyu wave. To understand this comeback, you have to understand the absolute free fall of the cancellation.
For sure.
Let's rewind to March 2025. Kim Soo-hyun, arguably the most bankable leading man in the industry, suddenly suspends all his activities. He basically vanishes overnight.
Just gone.
Gone. And this wasn't a standard restful hiatus between projects, This was an emergency stop caused by explosive allegations tying him to the late actress, Kim Sae-ron.
And to give you some context on why this rumor essentially rocked the industry to its core, you really have to look at the timeline. The allegations floating around Stan Twitter and, Korean forums claim that Kim Soo-hyun dated Kim Sae-ron when she was just a minor.
Which is a huge accusation.
Massive. The specific numbers being thrown around by critics were that she was 15 while he was 30.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, Kim Soo-hyun's agency, Gold Medalist, fiercely countered this. They stated emphatically that the two were just friends early on, and that any romantic involvement, which they fully denied, would have only been a rumor starting when she was at least 19 and a legal adult.
Right. And we cannot look at this without recognizing the deeply tragic context surrounding it all. Kim Sae-ron passed away at the incredibly young age of 24.
It's so sad.
It was a self-inflicted tragedy. At the time of her passing, she was facing a massive debt of $460,000 to her agency.
It is an incredibly heavy subject. I mean, you had a young woman who was backed into a corner financially and socially. When the rumblings of her own separate controversies first started, well, before her passing, the industry didn't protect her. She was essentially exiled.
Yeah, totally dropped.
There were viral tweets pointing out that she was forced to go work a normal 9-to-5 cafe job just to survive. Meanwhile, male stars at the top of the hierarchy generally maintained their superstardom through their scandals.
The double standard is real.
The power imbalance in the industry was staggering. Netizens were already incredibly angry about that before Kim Soo-hyun's name even got fully dragged into the spotlight.
Which brings us to the spark that lit the powder keg, the so-called secret photo, and what we now know was an entirely fabricated illusion.
Oh man, this part is wild.
Enter Kim Soo-hyun, the CEO of the Garosero Research Institute, also known as Hover Lab. He started making massive public threats. We are talking about threatening to release thousands of secret photos, alongside leaking voice recordings and KakaoTalk chat logs that supposedly proved all the darkest rumors about Kim Soo-hyun.
And the reason that kind of threat is a death sentence in K-entertainment is because of the established culture of the dispatch-style expose.
Yep, leaked receipts.
Exactly. For over a decade, fans have been conditioned to believe that if a news outlet drops a KakaoTalk screenshot or a muffled audio clip, it is the undeniable truth. Leaked receipts are literally the currency of K-pop scandals.
So when the Hover Lab CEO threatened this, K-nets took it as absolute gospel.
They did. For over a year, the public was split. You had people demanding Kim Soo-hyun be fully exiled, and you had his hardcore fandom desperately defending him.
But on June 23, 2026, the reality finally caught up to the illusion. Kim Soo-hyun was arrested and prosecuted.
Thank goodness.
Investigative authorities proved that those damning voice recordings, they were completely fabricated using generative AI.
Crazy.
And those chat logs, digitally manipulated.
Which is fascinating when you look at the forensics of it. The authorities didn't just take Kim Soo-hyun's word for it, right? They ran audio frequency analyses and found the digital artifacts in the vocal modulation that proved a computer generated the speech.
Wow, they actually proved it scientifically.
Yeah, and they traced the metadata on the chat logs. It was a calculated digital hit job.
Before that AI fabrication was revealed, though, the internet was a brutal battlefield. Twitter, as always, was unforgiving. Critics were furious. There were haters threatening to relentlessly post alleged photos of lingerie on a mannequin that Kim Soo-hyun supposedly sent her.
Ugh, the toxic side of Stan Twitter.
Totally. And they were tagging Disney Plus in every single country, actively trying to ruin his upcoming drama.
It was absolute chaos. Twitter was operating under the immediate assumption of guilt. But, like, if you looked at Instagram or TikTok, the vibe was entirely different.
Oh, totally different demographics.
Right. Those platforms were fiercely loyal. Fans were defending their bias to the end, relying on their parasocial connection and giving him the benefit of the doubt until the AI revelation finally vindicated their faith.
Wait, I have to jump in here with some skepticism.
Go for it.
Is being legally vindicated by authorities actually enough? Because we know the internet never truly deletes anything. Even with the AI proof out there, doesn't the mud still stick?
That's the million-dollar question.
If you've ever defended your favorite group or actor on Twitter, imagine waking up to find out the proof against them was literally generated by a computer prompt. It makes you question every leaked receipt you've ever retweeted. If AI can perfectly frame the highest-paid actor in Korea, how can netizens ever trust a leaked receipt again?
That is the exact crisis the industry is wrestling with right now. When the standard of proof can be generated by a prompt, innocence becomes incredibly hard to prove in the court of public opinion. People read the headline, but they rarely read the retraction.
It's a scary thought.
It really is. And that's not even the wildest part of this comeback. Wait till you hear the multi-million-dollar dilemma streaming giant Disney Plus is facing right now.
Well, if you love staying updated on your favorites, make sure you're subscribed to Starscope K Report. We've got even bigger scoops ahead. So let's look at the aftermath of this AI revelation. A bright smile in the Philippines and 40 new scripts.
I love a good comeback era.
It's the best. On July 14, 2026, Kim Soo-hyun officially resumed his activities. After 16 months in the dark, he stepped out to film a commercial for the Philippine fashion brand Bench.
And this wasn't a quiet little studio shoot hidden from the public, you know. Bench founder Ben Chan proudly posted photos on his Instagram.
Oh, I saw those.
Yeah, you see Kim Soo-hyun looking slightly gaunt from the immense stress of the last year, but flashing a bright smile, holding a massive bouquet of flowers. The caption read, "Always in our hearts."
Such a stinger.
It was a very loud, very public welcome back, and it worked. The industry is responding with full force. Over 40 film and drama scripts are reportedly already pouring in for him.
Which is incredible. We are seeing the dominoes fall on the legal and financial side, too. Remember the outdoor apparel brand, Eider?
Oh, the lawsuit.
Right. They initially sued him and his agency for 2.5 billion won. That's about $1.8 million, claiming reputational damage.
This is a crucial point because Korean advertising contracts have incredibly strict morals clauses. If you get caught in a scandal and tarnish the brand's image, you don't just lose the gig. You often have to pay double or triple your original fee and penalties.
It's brutal.
Eider was going for the throat.
Exactly. But recently, the court recommended a settlement. Eider reduced their claim from 2.5 billion won down to roughly 400 million won, which is about $290,000.
A huge drop.
Massive. And the reason that settlement is so vital isn't just the money. That 400 million was purely for unfulfilled model fees. Eider completely dropped the claim for reputational damage.
And by dropping the reputational damage, the legal system basically told corporate Korea, like, he is officially innocent.
Yeah, a clean slate.
It's the corporate equivalent of saying, we no longer view you as a liability. That is a massive green light for the rest of the industry to start hiring him again. And speaking of his value, despite the 16-month hiatus, Kim remains the undisputed king of the K-drama paycheck.
Unbelievable.
He is still commanding between $231,000 and $423,000 per episode.
Which is wild. He is beating out heavyweights like Song Joong-ki, Hyun Bin, and even Lee Jung-jae in the standard broadcast space. So what does this all mean for the elephant in the room? The knockoff dilemma.
The irony of this plotline is staggering.
Right.
Knockoff is his highly anticipated Disney Plus drama. It is set against the backdrop of the 1997 IMF crisis, which is such a rich, sensitive historical period for Korean storytelling.
Right.
He plays Kim Soo-hyun, an ordinary office worker whose life is shattered by the economic crash, who pivots and rises to become a global counterfeit kingpin.
Wait, he's playing a fake goods kingpin, returning from a scandal where his own career was almost destroyed by a digital fake.
Yeah.
It's almost too perfect. But the financial stakes here are what's truly mind-blowing. Disney Plus invested a staggering 60 billion won into this show.
60 billion.
Yeah, that is 46 million US dollars. To put that in perspective, that budget rivals massive cinematic blockbusters, mostly because of the period-accurate 1997 set pieces and obviously Kim Soo-hyun's massive salary. It was originally slated to drop in April 2025.
But then the scandal hit. Disney shelved a fully filmed, incredibly expensive first season. If they had released a $46 million show while the lead actor was the target of absolute vitriol on Twitter, they would have been destroyed.
Oh, completely.
It's not just about low ratings, it's about subscriber churn. In the streaming wars, a highly publicized boycott of a flagship show causes users to cancel their monthly subscriptions entirely, so they swept it under the rug.
And now?
But now that the AI truth is out, they are scrambling. They're desperately coordinating a release for the first half of 2026 to try and recoup this bleeding debt.
But they have a major logistical nightmare on their hands. You can't just quietly upload a $46 million show.
No way.
You need a massive marketing engine. And in the K-drama world, marketing relies entirely on couple chemistry press junkets. The lead actors need to go on YouTube variety shows together, do the Whisper Challenge, take chemistry quizzes, build that viral hype.
The whole idol promotion package.
Exactly. But the female lead of Knockoff is Jo Boa. And she literally just gave birth 8 days ago.
Oh my gosh. Disney shelving this show is like buying a $46 million mansion, but being terrified to turn on the lights because of the angry mob outside.
Great analogy.
And now that the mob is gone, they're scrambling to host an open house, but their vital co-host is out on maternity leave. It's incredibly unfair to expect a brand new mother to shoulder the burden of saving a massive PR campaign right now.
It really is. Later in the deep dive, we'll talk about the shocking plot twist in another massive actor's life that nobody saw coming at a VIP movie screening. But first, let's keep exploring this theme of illusion versus reality, because Kim Soo-hyun isn't the only controversial star stepping out of the shadows this month.
No, he is not.
Yeah.
We have a parallel comeback playing out in real time. Another highly controversial star, Yoo Ah-in, has made a silent return to the public eye.
Let's give a quick refresher on his background for those who might not know the exact legal standing. Yoo Ah-in was indicted for major narcotics violations. He was sentenced in his first trial to 1 year in prison.
Right.
Upon appeal, his sentence was reduced to 1 year in prison, suspended for 2 years, along with a 2 million won fine. The Supreme Court upheld that ruling. For all intents and purposes, he was completely canceled.
And when someone gets canceled in the Hallyu wave, especially for narcotics, it usually means absolute erasure. The broadcast networks completely ban you, the brands drop you, your face is literally blurred out of reruns on national television.
But then, on July 13, 2026, just a day before Kim Soo-hyun's bench photos dropped in the Philippines, Yoo Ah-in made a highly publicized yet totally silent appearance.
I remember seeing the clips.
It was at the VIP screening of the film Hope at Megabox Co-X in Gangnam. The visuals were incredibly cinematic, honestly looking like footage graded in DaVinci Resolve. It was so moody.
What stands out to you about his styling for this event? Because it wasn't a standard slick-back red carpet walk.
He looked vastly different from his prime. During his court appearances, he had a very neat, short, presentable haircut. But at this screening, he was wearing a deep blue cap pulled extremely low over his eyes, a simple black shirt, and he was clutching a tumbler.
Very low profile.
Yeah. And the striking detail was his long, uncut hair flowing out from under the cap. In Korean celebrity culture, letting your hair grow out like that is often a visual signal of your period of self-reflection. He completely bypassed the official photo wall and didn't stop for the press.
But inside the theater, behind closed doors, it was a totally different reality. He didn't hide in the corner. Reports say he warmly greeted acquaintances and naturally mingled with various heavy-hitting film industry executives. And this is where we have to talk about the hierarchy of Korean cancel culture.
How so? Like the difference between TV and movies.
Exactly. Broadcast TV networks like KBS, SBS, NBC, they use public airwaves. They have strict decency standards, so a narcotics charge means an automatic legal ban. But cinema operates differently.
Because it's private.
Right. Film is private enterprise. Film executives care about box office draw and private investments, not broadcast decency standards. Him being there, shaking hands, mingling at Megabox CoEx is the film industry silently signaling to the public, we are ready to work with him again, whether you are ready to watch him or not.
Wow. It's reported he's also parting ways with his longtime agency, UAA, and is in deep talks to sign an exclusive contract with Galaxy Corporation.
A total fresh start.
This raises an amazing contrast between these two comebacks. You have Kim Soo-hyun returning in the bright sunlight of a commercial in the Philippines, holding flowers, fully vindicated by the law after an AI framing. And then you have Yoo-ah, legally guilty of his charges, testing the waters from the moody shadows of a Gangnam movie theater, relying purely on industry connections rather than public exoneration.
Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update as we watch these two massive stars attempt to reclaim their thrones.
Yeah, in an industry that rarely offers second chances.
You really have two totally different strategies for reclaiming a throne happening at the exact same time. One relies on proving the public wrong with forensic evidence. The other relies on hoping the public simply moves on while you secure private backing.
It brings us right back to where we started. Think about what happened to Kim Soo-hyun. A career, a legacy, a $46 million Disney investment nearly obliterated overnight by AI-generated voice recordings and manipulated chat logs.
It's terrifying.
As technology gets better, as the digital fakes become utterly indistinguishable from reality, we have to ask ourselves, are we entering an era of K-pop where undeniable proof no longer exists? The next time a massive scandal breaks and a damning secret photo drops on your timeline, will you believe your own eyes?
You've been listening to Starscope K Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars